warm welcome to your July tarot reading with me. Guys, this is Gemini's, so wherever you are viewing from around the world, sit back and relax and we'll see what messages are coming your way. 2 decks this month, Morgan Greer and Rider-Waite. Similar layout to last month, 1 card at a time, this one first and then the Rider-Waite is your clarifier. So Gemini, let's see what's in store for you guys for July. First card up, ooh, nice, the Lovers Major Arcana card. Let's see what the clarifier is over here. Just a bit more shuffling. The 6 of Wands. So Major Arcana and the 6 of Wands. Most of us understand what the Lovers card represents, and although it is quite a symbolically rich card, it has quite a few different layers and potential meanings to it. So for everyone watching, this could have, your own particular spin on it. First off, the Lovers often represents a romantic connection with people, and often this can be a new connection coming in. So someone that, if any of you are looking for a romantic partner, this could be a good time. You might find someone that you really connect with, quite hot chemistry, a sexual attraction, and it can be full on and intense. So it can also be even a soulmate energy coming in. So these are really special connections when we make them. Now the other perspectives of it can be a new business coming together to form and start up a new paradigm, and these can be very successful businesses. So it's the beginning of the groundwork being done, the meeting of the new partners, and then forming of some sort of strategic alliance that is actually very good. The third perspective of the Lovers card can be that there is an affair going on, that there's possibly more than 2 people involved, and that this card says to you, you're in a position where you need to make a choice in life. It's like, do I stay with A and go with B? I'm not really sure what I want. So a lot of this card is about selection and choices and very deep feelings and decisions to make. Now interestingly, you have here the 6 of Swords, which is often about also making a decision and making a move to move away from something that has been discombobulated and not exactly happy. So it's been terse, there has been tensions going on, often within a relationship or possibly a career, where it's just leaving you flat, it's leaving you tense, and things aren't working anymore. So you sail away in a new direction. You sometimes take people with you, so sometimes this is family members, and you leave behind something else. It can be a little bit of a hard passageway, but you know that you're going to better energies, better future, better times. I love the 6 of Swords. I don't know if most people do, but I find it a really nice card to get in a reading. Now the 6 of Swords also talks to us about travel. It often gives the suggestion that travel is in the air. Oh, pardon the pun, it's actually in the water. It usually refers to going across water, and sometimes by boat, sometimes to another country, but if not to another country, then possibly to a place where water is around. So you see how many perspectives we've got here for the different cards and the energies. So there could be any number of people fitting into any of those categories. So they're a good pair together, but they definitely tell me that something is going to be left behind when you meet this or when you get this connection going with this person. Some of you may very well meet a new potential mate of some sort on an overseas trip, or while you're on a holiday, or when you're travelling to the sea place or across sea. So for some of you, this could be connected with business type opportunities. Others, it's romantic. So let's get into the next 2. The King of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. 2 court cards buoying up there together. The King of Cups is usually an older person energy. He is often a water sign, and he sometimes is very supportive or nurturing, or a good person that you can talk to secretively sometimes about things that are on your mind. He could even be something like a counsellor or a mediator. This Page of Pentacles is often the offer of something new coming in around your financial sector. So this can be, for some people, a new job opportunity or a new job offer. Now, thinking of it then, this guy here, he could be somehow connected with this offer. So he could be a potential new employer or a potential new employee, but he seems to be tied in here with the money thing as well. So he may not just be about the heart connection. He could be a water sign person that's tied into something to do with your finances and something to do with newness about your finances. New offers, new beginnings, new directions, new pay rise, new business, who knows? That's another one to think of as well. Let's see what the third. Oh, blimey, guys, you're like the Virgo have been lately with all these people around you. I think, you know, in the Northern Hemisphere, you're coming up to your summertime. And I guess for a lot of you, summer is more active and we do get out and about a lot more. So consequently, we often have more social outings, events, and we travel more and we meet more people. So possibly that's why these cards have sort of been showing up, because a lot of the viewers are also from the Northern Hemisphere. So it's kind of like pulling into your collective conscious energies. But the Queen of Rods is a fire sign person often, so that can be your Sagittarius, your Aries, or Leo. But again, it doesn't have to be a person. This can be the archetypal energy in a situation. And this person, or the card if you like, gives off a very creative ability. So they find creativeness through their innate knowing, through pulling on the ethers quite often. But when energies like this turn up, your creative skills could be finely tuned, they could be stirring. So there's something here that could be really making you feel like, oh my gosh, I want to change things, I want to stir things up, I want to create something new. Now, oddly enough, the moon here can be symbolic of hidden agendas going on, things that are happening either late at night or behind closed doors, stuff that you want kept a little bit quiet. And that takes me back to that first card with the Lovers, when I said that sometimes it's a hidden agenda thing. 3 people can be involved, or an affair, or sometimes it's just being kept quiet and there are changes or choices that you have to make. The moon has a lot of that kind of feeling with it. So often this can be relevant to the full moon or an eclipse coming. So we have the big eclipse in August. It is sitting across the USA, so it will affect a lot of people globally. It's a powerful eclipse and it will purge up things that we've been hiding from, that we've been kept behind closed doors. But usually when these eclipses come, change is inevitable and we find ourselves having to confront issues, situations or people, and it just has to be dealt with because it won't stay closed anymore. So again, the moon can also deal with water sign people such as Cancers and Scorpios and Pisces. They could be involved in this project as well. So it could either be things that you're doing at night, or adventures at night, or businesses that work in the evenings, or ideas or thoughts like that. It's also a time when we need to connect with our spiritual self or our psychic self. So listening to dreams or synchronistic events or energies, tapping into the things that you can't necessarily see but you know they're there somewhere. So reading between the lines is another very good thing to think of when this card comes out. So whether it's with this person, maybe there's something that you need to watch with this person and check that she's telling you all the information you need to know. So maybe there's some due diligence involved in a period like this, or maybe there's some kind of emotional connection between the two of you, or something's going on emotionally. Now sometimes this tells us we need to balance our emotions as well. So don't let your emotions play or make the major decisions for you at this time. Use your Gemini intellect, which would be better for you than just allowing emotional decisions to be made. Let's see what's next. Oh, blimey, you know, more of the court cards and more of the queens. Actually, there have been a couple lately where we've seen a lot of the older queens coming out. So that Eight of Cups, it again represents the moon in the background with us. So I'm fairly convinced that the moon cycle does have something to do with you in July. I think it could bring about change, and it could be emotional change. It could be about your relationship status, or people who perhaps haven't been working right with you, meeting your integrity values, or supporting or nurturing you enough. It could be this woman here, it could be that type of energy, the fire sign energy, or even this here, the air energy, which of course is yourself. So if it's not her, then it could just be that archetypal energy of the Queen of Swords. Now, she's quite determined, she's quite willful, forceful. She uses intellect, and she uses words and communication to get her point across. So perhaps it's either you and you decide, right, I'll tell them, all right, I'll tell them what they're not going to do to me or how they're going to treat me. Or it could be a person like yourself, another air sign, who says that to you. Either way, there's a feeling of leaving something behind and walking away from it. And again, this has got the relationship feeling, and you had that with the Six of Swords, which I talked about. So we are getting a duplication of messages as the reading goes on. We're definitely getting the feeling that you're walking away. Sorry about that, guys. I have just had to stop the reading and recharge my camera battery. So we're back in the flow of things now, and I think we've pretty much come to the end of what we were saying there. Possibly the only other thing to add was that if there is something about a relationship that you are trying to save, or you don't want it to turn away and you'd like to rebalance it again, perhaps communication is the key way to do that, and taking the time to sit down, get this other person's interjection, their thoughts, and try to bring the situation and the relationship into more balance and harmony again. So every time we do a reading, there are many more ways than one way to view a set of cards or a situation. And oftentimes what a reading gives us is the ability to make a change for a situation coming up. If we would rather try to save something, we're given the opportunity to see a way of doing that than just necessarily letting it walk away. So I think some of you might be in that position where you're thinking, yeah, I do value the friendship, but I would like it to be more balanced, so perhaps I will talk to the person or the people and see if it will be more in harmony. So what comes next? Oh gosh, guys, I laughed at Virgo a couple of months ago with their people, and this time it's you guys. Gemini, you are known for your social abilities and your enjoyment of other people and being out there. So as I say, with the summer months coming on in July really being the height of summer, it doesn't surprise me that people are in your realm, they're in your zone, on your sector. The Knight of Cups, he often portrays that energy of love and companionship and relationships and talking and nurture and support, which is what we just talked about with the last situation with those two cards. So there's possibly this situation is still around here, and they're saying, yeah, you might be able to talk some things through or deal with it more at the love center, and using and sort of like inner strength without being too rough or caustic. Or is it, yeah, I think that's the word. But without being too brittle about it. When we do things subtly and we do things with sort of more integrity and more gently, we find that issues can be resolved in a more pleasant way, and they can be more uplifting, and they can be more cathartic and healing. So there's a possibility that this is what these two cards are saying around a relationship issue. Other than that, there is the feeling that there could be someone coming in, the offer of love, because that's what the Knight of Cups is. And we've seen this in your relationship before. New people, new lovers, new romance. So I think this is also on your mind in July. And it could be that you are feeling stronger about life or feeling stronger about yourself. And that might be why this love is being attracted to you, because you emanate a sort of a more strength. There's also something cyclical about this card, because we see the 8 above her head. That's symbolic of the eternal life structure, but also of cycles of life. So this strength could mean you are coming into a stronger cycle of life where you are more attractive to others, or you find that you've got more passion again for life and you're more interested in getting out there and sparking up the romance and sparking up relationships. It could be that your health is taking a turn for the better as well, which also enables you to be more proactive and interactive with others. So let's see what's next. Oh gosh, the Page of Rods. If it's not one deck, it's another. Throwing them out, they keep on coming. So whether they're friends, colleagues, workmates, but new partners, family members, there's just something about this month being full of people in your life, and other people fill part of the role of the situations going on for you. Well, why doesn't that surprise me? So the Queen of Wands, she's turned up as well. So that's almost like a mother and son type thing, but it's the two same energies going on there. These could be family members who are visiting, or they could be people who are involved in the same type of project. And again, this is creative energy, so sometimes this can be work related, or it can just be your passionate hobbies or ventures in life. So you could come across two people who emulate these type of feelings. Could be an older and a younger person involved together. And again, as I say, it could be work colleagues, like a boss and an employee. It could be yourself in your own business, and these could be people in your business. But either way, in July it feels as though they're around, they're possibly involved in some sort of passion. And I don't mean necessarily passionate, but I mean things that you enjoy doing. So it could be hobbies or creative events or ideas or spin-offs. It's a very busy month for you, and it's very social, and it involves a lot of people. And again, these could be family members or your own family or extended family. They could be visiting, or you could be seeing them. There's a whole lot of possibilities when these court cards get together. And as I say, if it's not them, it's the archetypal energy of the creativeness. And we've seen a lot of that in your reading. So this would just be, again, reinforcing new ideas, new passion, new inspiration. They're nice cards to get, and they're, really positive and powerful. The Tower and the Two of Pentacles. So we've seen plenty of potential change coming. We've seen you rethinking, restructuring, moving on, and that's what the Tower is symbolic of. So often when the Tower turns up, this can be a quick event. It can be like you've had the blindfolds lifted and you've suddenly come to understand something needed to change, and it can be quick and sudden. It can be big, and it can be things like relationships moving away, which we did see earlier. It can be about restructuring them because they needed to be, and we've seen that twice now. It can be about bringing balance back in. Often this is the end of a karmic cycle. We've seen that. I talked about it a bit when the Strength card was there. So I'm definitely getting the feeling for you Geminis, there is something quite big. It's about a big cyclical cycle, turning the wheels of evolution that are making these changes occur. Some of it's a wee bit, you're wanting to keep some of it hidden or back in the background, but one way or another I think you are ready to make a whole lot of changes, and it's inevitable. Now this can be very much around the career. And that Two of Wands often tells us about balance being required, but this card tells us we're definitely on the, move on out, change everything around here. I'm sick of it all being like this. So it is a cautionary word, perhaps, this one here that says, well, just make sure you think of every possibility, and don't be too quick to make changes that might not be quite right. Listen to your inner voice. Listen to which we talked about before with the Moon card. Listen to synchronicities, clairvoyant messages. Make sure you're doing the right things at the right time for the right reasons. But this could be concerning your career, or the way you bring your creative energy into your life, or how you earn your money even. And it could be that you are pondering big distant changes. Sometimes this card relates to matters overseas, or moving, or taking your business to a more global structure, or even your career to a more empowered or global audience. So I think, guys, we will finish it there, and we will look at the last card for you for the month, and it is a numerology card. Since we are in the 7th month, we will be taking from the 7th card down. Just a little bit of shuffling. Okay. Wow, I love the colour, that, you know, gorgeous pink. And I think someone else may have had this out, because I said pink, pink, pink everywhere. And pink is the colour of love, it's the colour of the heart, it's the colour of warmth and generosity. The number is 88 and the word is abundance. So it's a wonderful way to finish off your month. And you definitely have an abundance of people and opportunities and creative energies coming in. So 8 and 8, you can use the number 88 or 8. And 8 and 8 is 16, and 6 and 1 is 7. So there is the number 7 involved in there as well, that you could utilise for lucky numbers however you want them in the month. So again, we can pull on that pink, we come into that realm of love. It was the very first card you had, the Lover's card. So this is very much about feeling into love, love relationships, love of life, love of abundance, love and joy and happiness, and just nurturing and feeling warm energies, and protection too, I think, is another good perspective of the pink colour and the pink energy and the pink crystals. So there you are, Gemini. You've had a really busy old reading with lots of people around. I think lots is going on for you, and you seem to feel as though you're ready to make some incremental change around people in your life, because there's new ones coming in and you've got decisions to make. And it seems as though some of you could be tripping around or contemplating moving to other places for various reasons. So yeah, leave your comments, guys. I'll be really interested to find out which one of you, which one of the cards and the directions they're going in seem to affect more of you from each perspective. So have a wonderful July ahead. For those in the Northern Hemisphere, have a wonderful high of your summer months, or have a wonderful summer. And for us here in the Southern Hemisphere, it is pretty well much our coldest time of the year, and we often get a bit gloomy and cold, and we kind of go indoors a bit more in July and August. But yeah, have a wonderful one, and I look forward to seeing you all again the following month. Take care, everyone. Much abundance to you all. Namaste.